Hi everybody, it's the 9th of April 2025 and PUBG update 35.1 has just dropped on PC and will be dropping next week on console. So I thought, as usual with these updates, we'll go through the patch notes. However, I've got to admit, I've been playing Call of Duty's Warzone because Verdansk is back. So I'm not sure when I'm going to get back to PUBG. I guess I could do some comparison videos, couldn't I? Anyway, I digress. So what's going to be happening? Well, there's some quite big changes coming together in 35.1. So in summary, on this nice little postcard that they give us, the zipline gun, the stun gun, and emergency cover flare now will spawn on all maps. Several items, including the thermal 4x scope, the spike trap, and the blue chip transmitter, have been removed completely. The recall system has been added to Karakin and Paramount, so I think that means the recall system, so the ability to bring back teammates, is now on all maps. Colourful egg baskets can be found across 8x8 maps, so that's for Easter. Although they don't. Do they say Easter? Various custom match quality of life improvements, new aim punch settings. Now, I understand this is quite controversial. But we'll have to dive in and see what that actually means in gunplay. There's these new contenders, or we got one new contender, which is like a special character you can buy. New survivor pass, and the hideout gets changed. There is a video, so obviously I will link to this blog post in the description below this one. And as we can see, live on PC today, April the 9th, goes live on console on April the 17th. It'd be nice if they could get these in sync, couldn't they? Like everybody else does with like Call of Duty and Daisy and things like that. Anyway, let's scroll down through. So, first off, gunplay. The new aim punch system, previously introduced in Gunplay Labs, will be implemented in Update 35.1. So, the idea of aim punch is that when you're aiming at someone, so you're ADSing, and you get hit by a bullet, how much your screen shakes around and knocks you off aim. So they've added this mechanic in. Pretty sure if you got shot, you kind of shook around anyway, didn't you? But anyway, they've decided to mess around with this. Now, I know there's quite a few people who I've seen on Twitter and X who've been like, oh, this is crazy and we're not sure about this. Personally, I don't know. I don't get that many gunfights in PUBG. So I couldn't tell you. But I guess if you're getting in lots of gunfights, then things like the changes to this could really matter. And I guess the thing I'm thinking is that if they're making it more difficult to return fire once you get into a gunfight, it means the person who fired first has got the advantage. But there's different levels of aim punch for different weapons. And I guess that might be the controversial thing. And they've done some stuff to mitigate this, but some of it does seem a bit odd. The fact that SMGs have higher aim punch than assault rifles. We think, well, SMGs fire pistol bullets, don't they? So I'm not saying getting shot by a pistol doesn't hurt. Wouldn't make you shake. But I'm sure if you get hit by a kind of a rifle round coming from an assault rifle, you would definitely shake more. But they've kind of changed the distance this happens. We've got to dive in. I'm not going to go through and read all this stuff because it's quite heavy. But in essence, the idea is that when you get hit, you're going to shake around a lot, and depending what you get hit by, you'll have a different level of shake. And they're trying to get it to a point where each weapon will give you a different not that you'll care when you're getting hit by, oh, I think I was hit by a VSS then, or was it a barrel? I'm not sure, because you'll be knocked off target. Anyway, we have to go into the game and see. Gameplay, here we go, spawn changes. The zipline gun, stun gun, and emergency cover flare will now spawn on all maps. Right, so we'll be able to zoom around. No, I mean, I don't think I've ever used the stun gun. I've never used it. I know I've never used the zip gun. I've definitely used the emergency cover flare. But that's quite cool. I guess, yeah, we'll have some fun with the zip line. Just don't take it too far. I'm not sure whether it's too much. I think the zip line should be like almost like a backpack you have to put on. It should be a big thing. Not a little thing, and maybe you should only be able to go up. I don't know, we'll have to play around with it. The self AED, so the self revive, will only spawn in solo mode on all maps now. Interesting. So in duo and squads, if you get knocked, your squad mates are going to have to revive you. So yeah, I've got no problem with that. Whether there should be a self revive in PUBG is another thing. It will no longer be available as a reward in Rondo's in-game challenge. The blue chip transmitter, the decoy grenade, the spike trap, the thermal 4 times, and battle ready kit have been removed from every spawn point. Now, so this, you'll still be able to bring teammates back, but we're going to be using the other mechanic they have, not the blue chip transmitter. I don't know if this means you've still got to get blue chips to bring someone back, so you've got to get to their body, or whether you just get to the transmitter. I'm not sure. We'll have to dive in. I don't play Squads and Duos that much. I can understand getting rid. I'm not rid of the thermal 4 times scope because that was overpowered. I don't know what was in the battle ready kit. I think that's the one that allows you to have the third gun. Is it or something? Spike trap. Well, the spike trap was quite good for the bridge camping, wasn't it? And decoy grenade. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they'll bring them back. The spawn rate of the zipline gun and the zipline gun cable have been slightly increased. Oh, so it has ammo. Fixed spawn points for the inflatable boat have been added to Erangel, but the total spawn quantity remains unchanged. Distance on zipline gun increased by approximately 50%. Muzzle velocity of stun gun increased, range decreased. Emergency cover flare weight increased. Dev's comment: as mentioned in our 2025 roadmap, one of our major goals this year is to unify the core gameplay experience across normal, match, ranked and esports. To achieve this, we plan to minimise content difference between maps in normal maps and deliver a more cohesive overall Battle Royale experience. In this update, which marks our first step in that direction, some items that previously appeared only in specific maps have been removed, while others have been adjusted to spawn across all maps. Additionally, some of these items have also been introduced to ranked to help narrow the gap between normal, match and ranked. Our aim is to create a smoother transition between the two modes and a more consistent gameplay experience overall. We believe this change will ease the burden on players who previously had to memorise different item spawn rules per map. Learning the content and planning strategies should now feel more straightforward, allowing players to focus more on executing their intended playstyle. This also opens the door for more versatile map-agnostic strategies and tactics that can be applied in a wider variety of situations. We're also expecting positive changes on the esports side. Casters and observers will no longer need to account for map-specific items, and viewers will be able to understand what's happening in the game more easily without having to keep track of which items appear on which maps. Lastly, we've made improvements to several underutilised items to encourage more device use in-game. Okay, fair enough. I didn't realise it was a problem, but there we go. Maybe they think it is. I mean, it's good that you... the problem would be, say with something like the zipline gun, is when it's only on one map, you never get a chance to use it, because you might find it once in Blue Moon, because you don't get that map very often, and the item doesn't spawn very often on that map. Yeah, so there you go. So, update to audio. The recall system. The recall system is now available across all maps. On these maps, recall flights are available every 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but will not appear from phase 5 onwards. Also applies to custom match. So you'll have to forgive me. I think I've probably only used the recall system once, but it might have been the blue chip transmitter. So I can't remember how it works. And I'm not sure whether you're going to have to get your blue chip, but they're saying the blue chip is gone. Maybe you've just got to get to this and then activate it, and then your teammates can then come back. Yeah, I mean they're not a set, because the original recall system was the fact that if you died like in the first or second phases, you could automatically come back, couldn't you? I don't know. We'll have to dive in. If you know after I've made this video and you've checked it out, please write it in the comments below. Festive 8th anniversary ferry bridges and decorations have been removed. We replaced bunny baskets in Erangel. Yeah, no mention of Easter though. That's why we have it. It's Easter. Churches in Erangel have received a special makeover. Oh, great. They've got Easter bunnies. They're Easter. That's the name of the the holiday. Hall of Fame. Erangel's Hall of Fame has been updated to commemorate the winning team of PGC 2024. Very nice. Hot drop mode has been removed from the arcade. Ranked weapons, season 34 rewards. Contender, so we've now got this lady. Introducing Contender, a new character upgrade system that lets you express your unique style on the battlegrounds. Well, it's not very unique if there's only one of them. Contenders are available in the workshop, or Contenders, and can be found in the April Store update announcement. Hannah, there she is. So, yeah, great. I guess you craft her. Again, it's my ignorance. Each contender includes both appearance and outfit as a set. Additional features unlocked through upgrades. Contender materials can be obtained at a certain probability from contender prime parcels. Ooh, required materials for collecting and upgrading contenders. See, it's all too complicated for me. Just let me buy it. And then, let me buy the skin. She got calipers on. She suffered from polio when she was a child. Custom match changes, training mode, Hall of Fame removed, Survivor Pass, brand new Survivor Pass. Mastery medal change, that's meant to be less bright. Okay. Performance optimization, various bug fixes. So there we go. Interesting times. Well, it's great to see PUBG carrying on and PUBG getting support. And I tell you what's going back to Warzone. So Warzone have just released Verdansk again, the original map. And they've gone back to that, but they have not only gone back to Verdansk, they've also changed the gameplay as much as they can back to the original gameplay. So for a slower experience, rather than people being able to zoom around the map and cause chaos like a game of team deathmatch or free for all. I wonder if one day we'll see PUBG going back to that sort of way. You know, getting rid of self revives, getting rid of zipline guns and revives, and just going back to the original Erangel and Miramar and Sanhok, the original Vikendi. Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Obviously, running a lot smoother and a lot better because their engine has been updated many times. And then get rid of this stuff. I don't know. PUBG still has its place. I mean, it's still, my top 3 games of all time that I would always want to play. And I'm so pleased that I know they do have some pretty wild skins, but honestly, when you go to Call of Duty and you go to the shop and you look at the skins, it's Fortnite, which is such a shame. It really is Fortnite. They literally have the same skins that same skins like you would see in Fortnite with like characters with animal heads and all this sort of stuff. Where PUBG has stayed pretty close to its milsim roots, hasn't it? Anyway, so there we go. PUBG update 35.1 out on PC right now, out on console next week. PUBG, marvellous. What do you think? Put your questions and comments down below. If the video's been useful, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. And of course, I'll see you again soon.